expecting to play finals.
Ball back to the centre. No one got their hands on it clearly, but it was Hampel that read the one hand, one bounce rule. Bombed it into the attacking 50 for Loxton North, but it's Loxton that clear it out. Bailey Bougen, the star of last week for the Tigers. Good kick up the clubroom wing. That dropped short, but I reckon no. Okay. Reeled it in.
Kennedy again at half forward, being the avenue to goal for Loxton. Plays on around his player, takes a bounce, looks up, plenty of time to steer the ball forward towards Flight, who heaved his man out of the way in order to get hold of it, but it went to ground. On his left foot, that would be Bailey Bougen again. He followed the ball down, but cut out by Vumard. Shoots the ball out to half-back.
Yeah, one of the stars of last week, Loxton. They went down to Waikerie, but a couple of highlights nonetheless. Zach Woodridge now with the footy. He's still in the defensive 50. Looks like North are going to try the switch. No, they're not.
Look, slowing play down. It's important they don't get blown away early.
Couple of quick handballs. The football now moving fast on the far wing, and that's Coney. Back today, West Adelaide under-18s having a bye. Bombs it to the top of the 50. Can someone get their hands on it? No, they can't. Hot footy on the ground. Loxton trying to scoop this one out. A good pick up off the deck from Loxton North. That's a pitching wedge kick, though. It's gone nowhere. Oh, out of nowhere. Ryan Proud has taken a mark. 25 out, straight in front.
That ball stopped in the air. When I say stopped in the air, stopped moving towards the Loxton North goals. And Proud found himself in the right spot and took a strong mark. Now lines up for his first shot at goal and Loxton North's first sortie forward today.
Yeah, only their second inside 50 of the game. Good shot on goal.
Oh, just cleared the goal, the goalkeeper, and through for a goal.
He doesn't miss too many, Ryan Proud, and that's the first goal of the day for Loxton North. They trail by 2.
You think he was just teasing the Loxton player there, Lockie?
Just putting it over the head just a little bit. It's 1-2-8 Loxton North, just the one goal on the Value Care scoreboard. Fiver of football for the Riverland Motor Group, and Ford Ranger and Everest now in stock for immediate delivery.
Great duel in the ruck here today between the two big fellas, Matthew Hampel for Loxton North and Braden De Prince for Loxton. Hampel taking that last one out of the centre clearance. Let's see what happens this time.
Ball back to the centre. Umpire Kasolki throws it up in the air. De Prince got a finger on it must be said. And now here's Loxton North. Good bit of work there from Shapley. Loxton North, couple of controlled kicks. Good mark. Just outside their attacking 50. That's Hutchinson. Now North go inside the 50. Ryan Proud, the target. Can he mark it? A couple of bites of the cherry. No, dropped. He was held. He's going to get a free kick. Yeah, pretty much where he had the last shot on goal from.
The free kick was there. It was a bit... he almost pulled down a mark, which would have been our mark of the day for today, Lockie.
Could have been. A couple of bites at it. So Ryan Proud for his second shot of the day.
Well, someone back on the goal line this time from the Tigers. I think he'll be putting this one a bit further in the air.
Ryan Proud, ball on the way. He's kicked another. And that's 2 goals to Loxton North. They now lead by 4 on the Value Care scoreboard.
Yeah, a far more determined Loxton North than we saw than turned up at Renmark last week. Although in saying that, they were in the game well into the second quarter in terms of contest, but couldn't put it on the scoreboard. Today it's a different story in this weather, and 2 moves, 2 shots at goal, and 2 goals, both for Ryan Proud.
Absolutely great conditions out here at Loxton North this afternoon. We will get our weather look in a minute. No breeze really to speak of this afternoon here at Loxton North. The windsock not moving at all.
Is it up?
Oh, yep. A good tap from De Prince from Loxton. Harder couldn't quite get his hands on it. Now Masuda Caso for Loxton North tried to work it through. Umpire says my ball.
Yeah, Harder almost being pinned as he grabbed the ball there, and he has Worsfold right in his back pocket.
Good tap from Hampel. Zach Woolley read it well, but was tackled very quickly. And we'll go again.
Worsfold tagging Harder up, hand on him at the ball up, just keeping in contact.
Just on 8 minutes gone, first quarter. Masuda Caso got a wobbly old kick away. It didn't go too far, and we'll go again. Jacob Evans with the footy, giving it back to the umpire. A ball up. Good tap from Hampel. Got it to Acaso, but he's getting a hard tag from
Yeah, it's interesting to watch here in the middle because Evans is actually. I think it's the other way around. I think Masood is on Evans, holding him up, and as Worsfold is with the Loxton coach.
Yep. Now ball wobbling into Loxton North forward 50. Calls for a push in the back, wasn't paid. Now we'll get a ball up inside Loxton North's attacking 50. They lead by 4 on the Value Care scoreboard. Tap from Hample, didn't go too far, and now it's out to Worsfold. Loxton North through Josh Wooldridge, bomb it into the 50. Can Loxton North make something out of this? It's a foot race. I think Loxton have got a couple more kilometres an hour on them, and they've managed to clear it wide.
Ball still in dispute, though, out on the far forward flank for Loxton North. And another free kick for the Panthers for a push in the back.
So,
first to the ball, and you will get looked after by the umps.
After a strong start from Loxton, it's been all Loxton North in the latter part of this opening stanza.
Acaso with the ball at half forward, dishes it out by hand to Josh Nelson, who drives it straight to the goal scorer. Whoa! Up went Coney, I think it was. I'd be guessing. I'm not sure which one of them. My guess would be it was probably Caleb up there. And the ball coming out to Hample, the biggest fella on the field, who roved it, but unfortunately missed everything.
Yeah, it was Hample that bombed it for goal, and that would have brought the house down if Hample kicked that one, but not to be. We get a ball in. So Loxton with the kick out. And
Panthers be looking for a big effort from Wooldridge today to make sure they stay in the game and perhaps stay in front.
Ball in. Went straight over the back. Hample tried to rove it, and then Evans, that's Caden, got his hands on it. Oh, good bit of play. Dodges traffic. Good little kick.
Good use of the football. Finds Caden Evans on the wing, who looks up, drives it forward for Loxton.
It's going to be intercepted by Mason Eckerman for Loxton North. So they just hold station on the clubroom wing. Little inboard kick to Nelson. And just Nelson's going to go back to where the footy came from, looking for a target, and finds Vomard. Good mark.
Yep. Ball always pushed back to Nelson at half-back as the quarterback for the Loxton North defence.
Absolutely. Kick over the top. Shapley dropped it, slipped over the back, and now Loxton through Campbell. They bomb it long, looking for a target, and a good mark there from Eagle. Yeah,
strong mark. Held his opponent out, gets straight up onto the left foot and finds Kennedy 30 metres out from goal at about a 45-degree angle. He started the game very well, Lockie.
Got the makings of a good game at Loxton North this afternoon. Round 9, Riverland football on 5RM for the Riverland Motor Group. Kennedy now for his second shot of the day. He kicked the first. Now going to have his second. It's on the way. Umpire hasn't moved. He's happy. And that's a goal. Second for the day for Rogan Kennedy for the Loxton Tigers.
So the Tigers, 2 goals, 2-14, leading Loxton North 2 straight goals, 12. And the goal kickers for both sides, very easy, Lockie. 2 goals each. 2 to Rogan Kennedy and 2 for Loxton North to Ryan Proud.
Just on 12 minutes gone. First quarter Riverland football on 5RM. We do have Lockie Dand with us this afternoon, who is on the boundary. And we will cross to him in a second. We'll just see this ball up in the middle while we've got a little bit of time, and then we'll get his thoughts on this very important game of Riverland football this afternoon. 2 other important games going on as well. Got Romark Rovers hosting the Berry Demons, and then at Waikerie, the big clash between the Magpies and the Barmerup Monash Roos. Ball back to the centre, and it's Kennedy that read it out of the middle and bombed it into the attacking 50. The ball flew up, no one was able to mark it. Couple of loose hands, and Loxton North try to clear this one out. It's a dangerous kick, but manages to take the footy wide, and that is got Zach Kelly's got his hands on that. Taking the footy now up the far wing. Got some funky tunes going on here in the commentary box this afternoon. Ball now in front of the Loxton North supporters on the far wing. Couple of quick handballs out. Loxton North now into their attacking 50. Can they make something from this? It drops short, but there's a lot of momentum from Coney. He was almost too fast for the footy. And here's Brody Hill back into the side for Loxton today. Good controlled kick inboard. And manages to find Trig Eagle. Bit of a zigzag approach. Oh, good bit of defensive work from Loxton North. They bring the footy back to the middle. Just holding station for a second.
That was
Young
Nelson
Panthers
quarterbacking that ball out to Lachlan Stevens, who's almost in the middle of the ground.
Stevens with the footy. A wobbly old kick and intercept from
like
Evans.
Campbell to me. Is it Evans or Campbell? Campbell, I think.
Campbell,
Campbell drives it up, finds Kennedy, back in the middle of the ground, goes straight onto his left foot and plays on.
Takes the game on. Oh, wasn't able to mark it, Loxton, but a couple of quick handballs. Doesn't matter because it's Salmon now with the footy. Luke, that is, into the goal square for Loxton. A wobbly old soccer punt, but that's hit the point post on the full. That was nearly 2 metres out from goal.
That was Talon Eagle, who was almost inside the 10-metre square. Had to go off the ground, but unfortunately hit the ball and like you said, Lockie, hooked it across onto the far side point post on the full for out of bounds on the full.
It's one of those ones you almost celebrate before you've kicked it. Ball now on the painted 50 as a free kick to Loxton here, I believe.
Look, contrasting styles of play here. North holding the ball, going short and trying to find someone in every time they move the ball. The Tigers with taller attackers in Eagle and co. Sort of sending it in at long and from a long way out.
Kick into their attacking 50, try to get it closer to goal. Works around a wobbly old kick, and unfortunately for Carter Wright, he's only recorded a minor score. Yeah,
and that's the play for the Tigers today. They know they've got Wright and Eagle and others with a lot of height. They've got a lot more height than the Panthers in that end of the ground, and they're trying to take advantage of it. Gee whiz, the quarterback in Nelson's is doing his utmost to find someone every time he brings the ball out. But see, this is where they've come unstuck. We had that looks like Eagle in front of Nelson, and yeah, it is. Eagle's taken the mark 30 metres out from goal. Nelson, who brought that ball back in from the point, couldn't get to him quick enough, and I'm starting to wonder, is that a good matchup, Lockie? Because if it was boxing, they wouldn't be in that class.
No, that's a good way to put it. So Eagle now, he's missed a couple so far today. The footy's on the way. He slotted it. And the Tigers take the lead out to 9 on the Value Care scoreboard.
Yeah, I think Coach Higgins, the Panther coach, will have to, unless that was not meant to be a matchup, someone a little bit bigger than Josh Nelson needs to be manned up on Taylor Eagle, because weight for weight, Eagle will be fighting in the heavyweight division, and perhaps Josh Nelson in the light middles or lightweight.
Super bantamweight, maybe.
Bantamweight. Yeah. Mind you, once they can get the ball onto the deck, I know who you'd back in to get there first. And
just looking, he's not his direct opponent.
No.
So we need to see who is on Talon Eagle now. I'll just have a quick look. It looks like it's actually Cody Vomart.
Okay.
So that's probably more of a like for like.
Yes, it is. North getting the ball forward here. Handball comes back, but Loxton with numbers, although out it comes to the Panthers.
Now, Coney takes the football on.
Needs a bounce.
It's a wobbly old kick.
He needed a bounce. He has run too far. That is trouble in basketball terms, and I think also in football. You could just tell how far he went. He was inside the 50-metre square, and where it's been marked down is about halfway to the goals, and in my book, that's probably about 20 metres plus.
Lucky he didn't give away a 25-metre penalty too, because he actually had the kick, which I know some umpires in some stages can give that a penalty. So Loxton with the free in their defensive 50. They take it wide to they all flew up, a couple of hands on it, but it went over the back. Umpire says free kick Loxton North. Okay, so North might have another shot here. What are we at? Just over 17 minutes gone. First quarter Riverland football on 5RM. They take it in their attacking 50, pushed out the back, and that's a free kick. Yeah, Loxton North.
The umpire was in perfect position, as were we for that. We could see it straight across the ground. It was more the, would you say, the elbow or forearm in the middle of the number that gives that away every time?
And it's going to be Caleb Coney that has the free kick. So he's going to be kicking from, you'd say 35 out on maybe a 50-degree angle. It's a bit more than 45, maybe 60.
Oh, good work, Lockie.
Get the trigonometry going. Footy's on the way. It's looking pretty straight.
I reckon that.
Oh, it's dropped short. Yeah. Play on's the call. It's now back in board. Can Loxton North make something out of this one? That's Loxton. Some good bit of footy there from Tregear under pressure. Manages to find Will, the captain for Loxton, and it's a 25-metre penalty.
Yeah, creeping over the mark. They're trying to hold him up, but he's still no one on the mark. Looks up, using the ball straight up the middle of the ground, the Tigers.
Yeah, finds Eagle, and he's going to... Brody Hill's got a couple of metres on the far wing. He's going to run onto it, trying to keep it in board, and that's nearly at the boundary line. Takes it over the line, and we'll get a ball in. My
mail is that Brody Hill is returned to the Tiger lineup. He might be the only 40-year-old out there.
Oh, he could be. Now, I forgot to tell you this prior, that there is one change before this game.
And that was it.
Well, that's the number. Oh, Brody Hill, he's number 1 instead of 4 today.
I could recognise him by the look of him.
Well, that's good. You've got the photographic memory. This is 5RM football for the Riverland Motor Group. Ford Ranger and Everest in stock for immediate delivery. Riverland Ford East Terrace, Loxton.
And of course, Brody, a premiership player at Loxton North.
Oh, ball up, 70 from home from the Tigers. They've already had a good quarter, kicking to the town end at Loxton North.
Very entertaining game of football here, Lockie, for anyone here at the ground or tuning in.
Yeah, the sun's out. 21 plays 12 on the Value Care scoreboard. Seeing what Loxton North really trying to hold this one in here. They've just got to get to quarter time. They're going to be...
It's only about 4 minutes left to play, but they need to be at least within a goal, you'd think, to reward their efforts for this first quarter.
A ball up, still inside the centre square.
Harder yet to impose himself on the game. I'm waiting for him to break free.
We will go to our boundary rider in a second. We'll just watch this for a bit, and we'll get another ball up. Lockie Dan's with us this afternoon. Lockie, have you got a copy there?
I have. I can hear you loud and clear.
Yep, and just watch this. Ball up, Loxton North, couple of quick handballs. Justin Proud had a paddock, bombs it long, looking for a target. They all flew up. Over the top it goes. Can Coney manage to make some magic out of this? He went to ground. He's going to get a free kick here.
Gee, that was good effort by him. He was outnumbered 2-1.
Getting the footy on quickly. Looks for Lewis in the middle of the field. He marks it. He doesn't drop too many. And he'll go back. He'd probably back him in for a goal. He'll make the distance anyway.
Ooh.
Oh, he's gone the other option and found Josh Nelson.
Yep, and the quarterback slipped forward here to be a wide receiver.
I'm starting to wonder, did you watch a game of American football this morning, Nobby? I'm hearing a lot of expressions. When's the halftime show starting? Have we got Beyonce coming out or what?
Not this week, Lockie, but keep it.
Maybe the Rolling Stones? Or?
Keep that idea brewing.
Nelson now, Loxton North, the former captain. He's not going to make the distance. They all flew up. It's still in play. That was a Loxton player that wobbled that one over for he kicked that through the behinds.
Yes, and it was...
Now, I don't know.
It was to Prince, it was the ruckman. I know in a ball up in the square, you're not allowed to tap it through for a point.
Yeah.
But you can kick it through.
Which, I don't know, if that's...
You're going to introduce a new rule here, are you?
Well, the rule about you can't rush it if you're not under pressure.
Yep.
Would you almost argue that if you've got time to kick it, you're not under pressure?
Well, kicking it is rushing it to the opponent's goals, for want of a better term. Because you're not kicking to score, are you?
Yeah, true. I don't know about that.
Okay.
I think if you've got time to kick it, you've got time for another kick somewhere else.
Well, hopefully when Andrew Dillon tunes into our program next Saturday morning, we can perhaps raise this matter and see what happens.
He's got more pressing issues, I reckon, than us. Loxton North now, through the middle. Scott Lewis.
North finishing the quarter well in terms of using the football, but not quite getting the reward on the scoreboard.
21 plays 13 on the scoreboard, and that's over. The time might beat him here. Just over 23 minutes gone.
Yeah,
First quarter Riverland footy on 5RM.
2 minutes left to play, and the difference is 8 points. Tigers leading Loxton North by 8 points in what has been a really entertaining game of football today.
Absolutely. A fair bit on the line. And now the footy right in front of our boundary rider. We might cross back to Lockie Dan in a sec. I think we'll get a stoppage here. No, we won't. Lockie Dan, have we got you this time?
Yeah, I've got you. And I've just noticed throughout this first quarter that Cody Vumart has spent a lot of time on Luke Harder as a direct matchup. So interesting that two of the leaders are playing on each other. I'll let you boys call this one.
Footy now on the far wing. Holding the ball it is.
Interesting call there because Kennedy did duck down and cop the high tackle, but he ducked into it and the umpire said play on and then pinged him for holding the ball. Here's Coney, alive on the half-forward line. That's Jonty. Gets the ball forward.
Tried to find Stevens, but just a little bit too far out in front. Was going to mention this prior to the game. Luke Harder now going on the switch in defence, but it doesn't matter because Luke Salmon's got the footy. Now on the club room's wing, it's over the top, and who's going to get the free? It's going to be Loxton with the free, and that is the 8 of Rogan Kennedy.
A very, very slight nudge from Sherpick in Kennedy's back.
Looks for flight. Loxton North read it well, and they've cleared it out.
Here he is, the quarterback at half-back. Josh Nelson picks up, looks forward, gets Sherpick on the run, who has time to look up.
Oh, both two Loxton North players didn't know it was going for it then. It was Coney and the 27 of Josh Wooldridge. Zach Wooldridge now. He tried to take the game on, taken too high. North got to get a hurry on, though, because they've got less than 30 seconds to go here.
There won't be another score in the quarter, Lockie.
The umpire's called time off. It might be a little bit longer. So Zach Wooldridge bombs it long inside the attacking 50. Can North make something out of this? They couldn't mark it, and it's
time will beat
gone
them.
over the line, and the siren is about to sound. And there it is, quarter time. It's the Loxton Tigers, 3-3-21. They lead Loxton North 2-1-13. 5RM football for the Riverland Motor Group. It's been an interesting start this afternoon, and we'll go back to the Connectus 5RM sideline view studio. Trevor Scott, are you there? Yeah, thank you, Trevor Scott. It is 5am football for the Riverland Motor Group live at Loxton North this afternoon. Quarter time it is. It was a strong start from the Loxton Tigers. They got the early lead, and then it was Loxton North that managed to slot a couple. But, after that, it's been all Loxton. Currently sitting 3-3-21 Loxton to Loxton North, 2-1-13 on the Value Cares scoreboard. Nobby Norton, your thoughts?
Yeah, interesting game, Lockie. And just quickly before I go to some of the better players, goal kickers for Loxton, Rogan Kennedy, who kicked the first goal of the day with 2, Talon Eagle with 1. For Loxton North, Ryan Proud with the 2 goals for the Panthers. Some of the better players for Loxton, I thought Kennedy has been good. Other than the 2 goals, he's been an avenue to goal for them. Talon Eagle also dangerous, the other goal scorer up in the forward line. And I thought Bailey Bougen started well, and there are plenty of others. And Jacob Evans also a good first quarter. For the Panthers, Josh Nelson probably their best quarterbacking across half-back. The big fella in ruck, Matthew Hempel, I reckon he's got his nose in front in terms of the rucking duel. And we saw some good football from Zach Wooldridge and also Mason Eckerman across half-back. So the game is in the balance, Lockie, and no one really dominating. Interesting, and our boundary rider, he was interested in this as well. I mean, we're watching the tag on Harder. Worsfold's picking you up inside the centre square when it's a ball up. As soon as it goes away from a ball up situation, Loxton North captain Vumard being his accompanying him.
Yeah, we'll just get the start of this game and then we'll have an update of the Renmark Rovers Berry Demons game this afternoon. Just players taking their spot, umpires just getting a few supporters to vacate the arena. One of the joys of Loxton North, because a lot of the supporters are on different sides of the ground here. Ball back to the centre. We're about to get back underway. Riverland football on 5RM for the Riverland Motor Group, and the all-new Kia Sorrento, refined it, never tamed. Good tap from De Prince. Trying to read this one. Well, Shapley read it well off the deck, but he was wrapped up pretty much straight away, and umpire says, my ball.
Absolutely not a puff of breeze here, Lockie. We're looking across. I mean, I can't. Yeah, there is an aero sock over there, and it's hanging straight down.
Yep. So. Yeah, commentating with the bloke that installed it.
Oh, okay. Well done, mate.
Zach Wooldridge takes the footy into the forward pocket for Loxton North, now kicking to the town end. Yeah, it was a bit of a fun afternoon. Myself and Justin Proud, of all people, put that windsock up, Nobby Norton.
It took a bit of doing, did it?
It did, yeah. It was a good afternoon.
Did you have a parachute on? Or?
No, it's actually... Yeah.
Well, so no one will be taking it down in a hurry?
No. It's very secure up there. This is 5RM football for the Riverland Motor Group. North now deep in attack. They trail after the first change. Down by 8 as we speak.
I think the exciting thing about today's game is how many of the younger players are being fielded by both sides. And but for half a dozen on each team, you'd almost say it's an under-23 side each side.
Well, I was going to mention this. It is a West Adelaide under-18s bye today. So some players filtering back through their respective A-grade sides, which is good to see. So minor score there for Loxton North. I think that was pretty much just rushed through. 2-2 on the Value Care scoreboard now, Loxton North. They trail Loxton 3-3. Just on a minute 30 played second quarter. Loxton with the kick out. Got the zone going on. And it's Smith with the kick out. Good mark there from Riley Walton. No, it dropped short, but he managed to scoop it up off the deck. Wheels around, kicks it down the line, hard of the target. Unable to mark it. Out the back it is, and it's Lloyd for Loxton North. Look, takes the football inboard, but it's Loxton that might go on the intercept. No one really wants it here. Now Loxton North managed to pick it up off the deck. Can they make something out of this one? That's Petch. He's got no one in wanting it. Screaming for it, boys. Now Zach Wooldridge just got the footy, didn't really want it.
It was a fair game of hands-off there, wasn't it? Yeah. No one wanting to attack the play with the ball, looking to make position. Wooldridge drives the ball in towards Proud. Couldn't quite get a handle on it. There it is. It goes out of bounds, rushed out of bounds, right in front of the scoreboard, which is reading Loxton 3-3-21, leading Loxton North 2-2-14.
Go to our boundary rider, Lockie Dand, in a sec, who would have been at the quarter-time huddles. Ball back inboard. Doesn't go too far. A little toe poke to get it to some space, but bees to the honeypot it is, and a free kick to Loxton North.
Yeah.
So Loxton North will have the free kick. The outside scoring range, you would have thought. Looks to get the footy on quickly. It's going to drop short. Can they mark it? They can. That's Justin Proud. So he'll go back for a shot on goal. He'll be kicking from a 45-degree angle, all of 20 metres out.
Having played a lot of football with Joel Worsfold, Justin would be used to catching those mongrel punts, I'd think, Lockie, more than anyone.
Oh, I think it surprised everyone.
Not mongrel punt, tumble punt. Can I call it a tumble punt?
Maybe a helicopter. That's a bit more PG. Footy on the way. Justin Proud, has it got the accuracy? It hasn't. Minus score. So,
that could be a costly miss for the Panthers. That was a good passage of play there. And a would you say, a very gettable shot.
Yeah, it's still early days on the Value Care scoreboard. Just see Loxton with the kick out here.
The margin exactly 1 goal in the Tigers' favour at this stage.
So Loxton now in ball in the centre square. They all flew up. Oh, and a good mark from Harder of them. So play on though. Gets the footy on quickly. A push out, footy to space. Loxton players trying to run under this one. They all dive on it. And while we've got a stoppage, we'll get a score from the Connector Sideline View studio. Trevor. Thank you, Trevor Scott.
High tackle there to a Tiger player. And tackled by Matt Hampel, who not many people would be not shorter than him. So something that happens often to him.
Loxton now driving their football deeper to attack.
It's like Eagle out there on the far side. Goes onto his left foot, drives it in forward towards the goal square.
They all flew up. No one got their hands on it for a mark. Couple of quick handballs. They've cleared it out, albeit just. Scott with the kick for Loxton North over the top, and it's Loxton now through the 5 of Campbell as well as Bailey Bougen that go on the rebound. Overcooking the handballs both sides this afternoon.
Very much so, and you can't help but wonder with some of the disposal, unless you're very proficient, you certainly give your opposition first chance with the ball if you don't use it properly. Coney off half back, drives it forward, looking for, it looked like Stevens at centre half forward, was it?
Yeah, Justin Proud got his hands on it through the middle, put it out in space, and now Shapley goes back in board, trying to find a teammate, but it went to no one. Now Loxton got a handball out, and there's the 3 of Brock Salmon. Loxton North though, on the intercept, hitting the target. Can it reach Ryan Proud? It can, and he's taken the mark. He's gone full stretch, and that tested him.
I think he's looking back at Zach Wooldridge and saying, gee, Zach, remember I've been out here for a while, 300 plus games, although he did pick up a nice slips catch there, I'd say right off his laces. Lining up for his 3rd shot at goal, Ryan.
He's already kicked a couple today. Last year's leading goal kicker for the league.
Probably not a bad spot to be having a shot from here at Loxton North.
Footy on the way, and it's going to drop to the short side.
Started it too thin. You've got to start that at the far goalpost and just let it come back in. But who would I be to tell Ryan Parrott how to kick goals here at Loxton North? He's
won a league goal kicking trophy, Nobby, and neither of us have, unfortunately. 2-4-16 Loxton North to Loxton 3-3-21 on the Value Care scoreboard.
I once kicked 1 goal 8 out here, Lockie, and many out on the full.
It's nearly a record. That's gone out of bounds on the kick out, and that's going to be a free to Loxton North, so they might be able to get the 7-point play going here.
This needs to go in quick to give the Panther players a chance. In it goes. Straight to...
That's Smith, Smith.
Cale Smith, who was given plenty of chance to set up harder, takes the mark at half-back for Loxton, looks up. They'll be looking to go down the middle here.
Dangerous kick, but Harder, safe hands. Looks for flight out wide. Not able to mark it. They got a Shepherd in. They're trying to chase up the second efforts. And now Riley Walton for Loxton, taking it back. And some controlled
Smith
kicking.
Again.
Looks dangerous, but Loxton like it like that. Now found the 23 of Caden Evans in the middle. They go on the switch. It's a slow switch at that, but it's a controlled one. Now Harder, one handball, goes left, finds Salmon.
Starting to pick up some touches, Harder. I'm not sure if he's being manned up anymore.
Harder. Now, great mark from Eagle. Outside there attacking 50 just. Kicks it quickly. Drops short of the target and up forward in Jesse Will. But play on it is a handball back to Will. He's getting held. Umpire says play on. Justin Proud now for Loxton North in defence. And we'll get a Ball up. Oh, there's a player there that's in a little bit of discomfort.
Panther player.
It's Michael Scott. He's back up. So, okay, it's going to be a ball up in Loxton's attacking just 10 metres out from their goal. Tap from Hampel over the back, and that's going to go out of bounds, and we'll get a ball in. There it is. 5RM football for the Riverland Motor Group. East Terrace Loxton's where they are.
Harder, all on his own at between centre and centre half forward for Loxton. No one anywhere near him. Although Nelson's, he's the closest, but I don't think he wants to be.
So, ball in it is. In Loxton's attacking 50. A couple of quick handballs now through Masuda Caso. Loxton North trying to go on the rebound, but Loxton managed to intercept. Loose again it is. Umpire says that's incorrect disposal, and that's a free kick to Loxton North on half back. Just on 9 minutes gone. Second quarter Riverland footy on 5RM for the Riverland Motor Group.
Justin Proud drives the ball from half back up the wing. Panthers on the run here, and plenty of them running. They've got the ball over the back here. If Wooldridge can get a handle on this, can't quite pick it up.
He ran over the top of it.
Yeah.
Now Shapley, he got a bite at it, and that's too high. That's unlucky for Loxton because Shapley is going to go back for a shot at goal, all of 30 out, straight in front, and that could be very costly for Loxton.
I think the Panthers have rolled the dice here in terms of the way they're playing. They're playing they get the ball out and move it quickly. Just move it forward. Don't necessarily move it to anyone. Move it to a space. Move it forward, and try and make the Tigers chase them.
Shapley now for Loxton North. Ball's on the way. Looks good off the boot, and you can hear it. They're happy.
That puts the Panthers in front by 1 point. Is it 3-4-22? Plays 3-3-21. Panthers doing all the attacking in this quarter, but unfortunately, have only put 1 goal, 3 on the board. Maybe that's the scoring end, Lockie.
Could be. Kicking to the town end. Loxton North's got some new stats this afternoon too, Nobby. Loxton's efficiency, 85.7% on the attack, whereas Loxton North, just 81.8%.
Thank you, Lockie, for that.
Yeah, that's all right. The innovations we bring to 5RM football, just like our boundary rider this afternoon, Lockie Dander, we haven't really spoken to too much. We must go to him in a sec.
Yeah.
Ball up in the middle. We'll just watch this one. Masuda Caso tried to... A couple of paddles at it, moved it forward. They're called holding the ball, but he never had it, supporters. That's the problem.
Ball coming out of the pack from Brody Hill, squeezes it forward. Now we have Loxton with players. Hang on, the umpire says. It's a free kick to the Loxton North quarterback in Josh Nelson.
Caden Evans thought he was off there, and good on him.
Probably lucky he didn't kick it. It might have cost him 25 metres. Kick from Nelson to Coney, Jonty Coney. Looks up, drives the ball forward.
Looks for a target. A good spoil there. That was Katsidas, I think, from Loxton. No, Smith
Zach
it was.
Lloyd looks up and finds Ryan Proud, who had drifted upfield. He'd gone up outside the 50 and was on his way back inside the tack. And what a great kick there from young. Was it young Lloyd or no? It wasn't. It was Caleb Coney. So the Coney boys starting to create a bit of havoc here for the Panthers.
So Ryan Proud, he's kicked 2 goals, one this afternoon. Directly in front, 40 out, and you can hear it.
Wonderful work by the goal umpire. You see that tilt back he got on there? He's been doing a bit of gymnastics during the week, I reckon. That went straight over the top of his cap.
So Loxton North now on the old 13-point margin. They've, 4 goals.
It's 4-4.
28.
4-4-28 plays Loxton 3-3-21. And look, it's game on.
Yeah, 5RM football for the Riverland Motor Group, and the all-new Kia Carnival has arrived. Riverland Kia East Terrace Loxton, petrol, diesel and hybrid now, the Kia Carnival.
Harder taking himself into the Loxton forward line now. And now Vumart has picked him up. Ball coming out of the middle, but from the Prince. Nelson pushed. He's given his opponent a little nudge in the back.
So Loxton now on the attack, flight the target, unable to mark it. His opponent putting him under pressure. A couple of quick handballs out to Shapley. Shapley goes back into traffic. This could be dangerous. Gets it out to Mason Eckerman, does a little chip over the top. Now
Through comes
Brody Hill runs onto it. Good kick into the 50. Can someone get a hand on this for Loxton? They can't.
Vumard.
And that is the mark of the day so far from Cody Vumard from Loxton North.
Yeah, and not only a good mark, but also a crucial one for him. Ball coming out wide towards Nelson again at half-back. Looks up, checks his kick back to Eckerman. The ball has not left the defence. It's on the same degree of latitude, but it's had 3 disposals. And again, the ball shoots across. This time to Vumard at half-back, who switches play out to the far side and out towards Zach Kelly.
Zach Kelly runs onto it, keeps it in board. Good chip up the line.
That's gone out to Cooper Petch, I reckon. Is it out there?
Yes, I believe it was.
Loxton North going around the equator, but keeping possession of the ball in the to centre of the ground to Masuda Kaso. He gives it a bit of a hike forward, Lockie, with a bit of altitude.
Yeah, now it's Loxton, though, that are going to get the rebound off half-back. That was Salmon that tried to scoop it up off the deck. He couldn't do it. And Loxton North now, the hands off. Coney finds some space. Can he find a teammate? I think he can. And that's Zach Wooldridge.
He's moved forward for a rest, and for a left footer, he's on the right side of the ground, although he's still on a pretty difficult angle out in front of the scoreboard. He'll take this shot for goal.
Currently lead Loxton North 28-21 on the Value Care scoreboard.
He's going to have a shot. I'd be thinking to I'll be looking for an option here, but normally a pretty good kick at goal.
That one from Loxton's cutting the angle off. He's had a shot. Looks half okay, but it's a minor score.
Yeah, Justin Proud almost pulling that in, but off hands through for a rush behind, and that takes the score to Loxton North 4-5-29, leading Loxton 3-3-21, an 8-point lead to the Panthers.
We'll go to our boundary rider now. Lockie Dan, have you got a copy?
Yeah, I've got you, and I'm just watching Loxton move the ball a bit better here than they started with at the start of the quarter. But I think Loxton North have really responded well to the home conditions. They're just reading the wind a bit better, and that's allowing them to move the ball a bit more efficiently than the Tigers. And I will have to ask Novi as well, as I'm watching Josh Nelson, and I can't stop thinking about quarterbacks, what his... we are having grand final day here at Panther Park, and I'll have to wonder what his halftime entertainment choice would be.
Hey, Lockie, in saying that, your quick analysis of the game is that the Panthers are working harder for the contested ball at this stage when it hits the ground?
Yeah, I think so. They really worked into it, and I think Masuda Kaso has really driven that, along with Zach Wooldridge. They've really just gotten in and under and fed out the runners when we know they love to run.
Yeah. That ball coming up ground. Jasper Hudson pulling in mark, shooting it across in the middle and finding Lewis in the absolute centre of the ground. He looks up, switches again. Out wide. This time we have Zach Kelly over on that wing, making it his own. Shoots the ball forward. Nice mark by the half-forward line for Loxton. It looks like Ryan Proud, fair way from the goals. Yeah, it's Scotty, is it? Yeah, Michael Scott. Here we go. Wooldridge with the ball. Dishes it out.
It's a little wobbly old kick, and Loxton through Bailey Bougen, scoop it up and trying to find the boundary. Manages to find a teammate far, and that's Kasolki.
North taking full advantage of using a chaos ball into the forward line to create. Here's Nelson again. This time he didn't have it, and he was paid the attention that players should have only with the ball been paid.
What do they say? First to the ball, the umpire looks after you.
Yeah. Nelson looks up, straight into centre half forward. Coney again, shoots it across to the true centre half forward to Scott Lewis, who looks up and finds Wooldridge, who is taken front on by a player not looking at the ball. Yeah. So this will be a better shot at goal for him.
5-room football for the Riverland Motor Group. East Terrace Loxton, the Sorrento. Refined, never tamed. Check it out, Riverland Kia, East Terrace Loxton. Zach Wooldridge just taking his time, puts the mouthguard into the sock. In
terms of possession in this quarter, Loxton North have had the majority of it, but only putting one goal, they put two goals, 4 on the scoreboard, to nothing from the Tigers. This would, he started that one right and it stayed right.
So that's the 5th behind of the quarter for Loxton North.
Yep, so 2 goals, 5 this quarter to no score, and you got to be thinking sometimes, Lockie, bad kicking for goals, bad football, but in this case, Loxton North have played some good footy, just haven't got the reward for it.
And they're going to go on the rebound here. Manages to find
Lewis.
a couple of players through the middle.
Here we go. Oh, what an attack on the ball
we
from
see?
Masaho there.
Masuda
yeah, there.
managed, and then through the middle of the field. Can Loxton all back into traffic, duck their head, but play on's the call. And it's going to find some Loxton North players. There's more Tigers than Panthers, but it's Evans that tries to take this one on. Caden. Loxton and the chip up to Flight. He got enough on it for the mark.
That was a professional free kick from Josh Nelson. He knew that he wasn't going to be able to get to it, so he thought the best thing he could do was perhaps give Flight the free kick and at least hold up play to get a few reserves back behind the ball. But that's the nature of our game with that shaped ball. There was only one Loxton player in amongst 3 Panthers, and the ball happened to roll to his favour, and they pushed it out to their advantage.
See what happens here.
First shot at goal for the quarter from the Tigers.
A Flight for Loxton. Ball's on the way. Kicking to the school end. That's through.
Now that's a true helicopter punt.
And that's the Tigers' first goal of the quarter.
But a very effective one.
They bring the score back to 3 points. Some wayward kicking from Loxton North, as you said, Nobby, could be costly.
So how's their percentage of attack percentage this quarter?
Well, Loxton are out there scoring at 88% efficiency. Okay. Loxton North just 80%. So this afternoon, Lockie Dan, have you got a copy down there?
Yeah, I have, and Loxton North just moving the ball. As we said, a bit better, but that's one that Loxton really needed. They get back into the game now, back to 3 points, and they'll really want to push on from here as we head towards half-time.
Absolutely. So ball back to the centre. What have we got? Just under 20 minutes gone. Second quarter Riverland footy on 5RM for the Riverland Motor Group. East Terrace Loxton and the Kia Carnival has arrived.
Yeah, this is red time in the quarter, and it'll be important to the Panthers to not let their advantage slip at this stage. But here come Loxton.
Shapley, but a good tackle from Picasso. That's holding the ball. And
yeah, I think he only just got hold of that. And even though he only had it under one arm, he didn't get much of an opportunity.
Great bit of work from Kelly, and it's taken a supporter side at Loxton North, the western side, you'd say. Jesse Will bombs it long. That's gone out of bounds on the full, but it might be a free kick before that, I think.
The Loxton North pressure on the ball has been exceptional. They're tackling good as well. So that's the answer to how they've been able to dominate this quarter in terms of possession. Unfortunately, they haven't been able to dominate it in terms of score.
5RM football. Unable to mark it. Justin Proud got the bounce. And umpires had a free kick here to Loxton.
Might have been out on the full, Lockie. It's a fair way away. He might have been outside the boundary line. This is where the Panthers are coming unstuck. They're driving forward at every opportunity, but when getting caught out if the ball goes over. But here they go again. Worsfold on the half-forward flank. Drives it forward.
And that's gone out of bounds as well. And the phone's ringing. That's Dave Higgins saying, Nobby, we're in front.
Can you blow the siren? No, he's actually ringing one of the timekeepers. There's 2.5 minutes of playtime left in this quarter.
Scott Lewis, can he pick this one up?
He's
Good
had a
scoop
great
off the
quarter
deck.
too, Scott Lewis.
Finds Worsfold back into Sherpig. He got around one. Handball back to Worsfold. Onto Eckerman. And Worsfold got pushed after he got rid of it. He's going to get the free kick. Lewis has got a couple of metres spare, manages to mark it, just a little bit closer to goal, still too far out from the score. Goes on to his left, looks for over the back, Ryan Proud, he fell over, unable to get the free kick.
He was just trying to lead his player under the ball and turn back, but he turned back quicker than his feet could go. Petch out on the forward flank here, takes the ball for Loxton North. They'll get one more chance at goal here with a little under 2 minutes to play.
In the hot spot. Good mark from Coney. It is Caleb Coney with the ball.
Both the Coney boys having a real effect on this game.
Back from, brother Jonty back from West Adelaide this afternoon. And that's what we're seeing this round could be a taste of what's to come finals, Nobby, with the best under-18s back in the competition.
Yep, you just need to make them, don't you, in Riverland footy?
That's a wobbly old kick. And
no score at all. That's gone out of play. Loxton to bring it back in from the back pocket on the scoreboard side.
So Loxton North unable to capitalise on that one.
less than a minute to play. They'll be keen to keep the Tigers away from the goals.
Now, on the western side.
That's Campbell moves the ball on quickly to a man on his own, which is Jacob Evans, I reckon. Drives it forward, even further forward.
Looking at Eagle, he's got a couple of metres. Loxton North gets the footy on the boot straight away. Has that gone through? That's a minor score.
Gee, that looked close.
He knew he was under pressure and he just got it on the boot, and then he had no other target. That's the right thing to do, I think, for Evans there. Sorry, Eagle. A lot of Evans running around this afternoon, Nobby. It's getting a little bit confusing.
Although there is one missing.
Yeah,
Lachlan
Evans, yes. Yeah. Oh, and Loxton too, also missing a couple of players. Shay Lange not playing today, and also Will Gucci. So
a couple of big outs,
absolutely. Loxton North, they go on the rebound. Can they have one last crack at this one? It's going to go over the boundary line and beat Ryan Proud there.
That will be our half-time score.
2 points the margin. Loxton North currently lead. They're scrambling. There it is. Half-time at Loxton North. It's the Panthers that lead. 4-6-30. Loxton Tigers 4-4-28. We'll go back to the Connectus Sideline View studio with Trevor Scott and get what's happening around the grounds this afternoon. Trevor, we've got a game on here this afternoon. It's tough with the young side if you keep, if you're getting thumped, in some ways it's a bit easier because if you're getting close, that's the frustrating part. But nonetheless, Loxton North players back onto the field now, just going through the second half. Currently sitting at Loxton North 4-6-30 to Loxton 4-4-28. A lot on this game when it comes to the second half of this season. And Nobby Norton, your thoughts so far?
Firstly, Lockie, goal kickers for Loxton North. Ryan Proud with 3, Angus Shapley with 1. For the Tigers, Kennedy with 2, Talneague with 1, and Nathan Flight with the only goal they kicked that quarter. My thoughts are that there's some... I'll run through some good players from both sides. From Loxton North, Masuda Karso's been excellent around the ball. Kelly's had some touches on the wing. This is in no particular order. Josh Nelson, as we said, is quarterback their side off half-back. Both the Coney boys, Jonty and Caleb, have been very active. Shapley's been good. Jack Waldridge picked up some touches. Proud for his 3 goals. Joel Worsfold's been good around the ball. And I thought Scott Lewis took control for the Panthers that quarter and settled them and was the major driver out of the middle. For Loxton, a little bit quieter that quarter for most, but some of their better players. Hills had a bit of an influence on the game. Campbell, Cale Smith stood up in that quarter in defence for the Tigers. Rogan Kennedy in the first quarter was good. Jacob Evans has been good. Talon Eagles presented it up forward all the time. And Caden Evans and Bowden have had a few touches, as has Coach Harder. I'm thinking that really Loxton North might have gone in there. There's a couple of ways you could have looked at it. You could have said we had a heap of the ball, we're playing well, and not worried about the fact they didn't put it on the scoreboard and hope that it just improves. Or you could have said, come on fellas, we've got to do it. For the Tigers, well, they're missing a few important players today in Gucci and also Shay Lange. And I noticed Lockie Evans is actually running for him out here today. He's actually the runner. And so those 3 players would make a heck of a difference to their on-field performance. But in saying that, there's a whole lot of improvement they can get in this second half. So it's still game well and truly on, with a 2-point margin to the Panthers after trailing by 8 points at quarter time.
Certainly is. We'll go to our man on the ground, Lockie Dand, who I believe is looking for a new spot to hide this second half of this game. Have you got a copy there, Lockie?
Yeah, I've got you. And Nobby's exactly right. Lockie Evans is the runner today, so he's a big loss for Loxton. He's another one of the missing players they've got. So they'll be keen to get those back, but right now they've got a bit of a job to do because they're 2 points down as we head into this second half.
Yeah, injury, I mean, it is a good excuse when you're not as strong. Injuries, but injuries are a factor at every side. I hate to say this to some coaches some weeks because just because you think you're getting hard done by, it's the same problem at every club. And when you say your list depth isn't very strong, well, it's the same at a few other clubs as well. But anyway, nonetheless, second half underway. Lockie Dan, what's any breeze or anything of note out there?
Oh, not really. It's a perfect day here at Loxton North, so should be an exciting second half.
Yeah, looking forward to it. Well, you find your little bunker, mate, and we look forward to your commentary from the boundary this afternoon. As we speak, we still have the Waikerie Barmer and Monash game going on. We'll get some updates from that throughout the afternoon. But at the moment, we're about to get back underway with the game in front of us. Round 9 Riverland football on 5RM for the Riverland Motor Group. And there it is, siren sounds, ball in the middle. Up in the air it goes. Good tap from Hampel, but it's gone to no one. And, Kennedy read it well for Loxton. He picked it up, held the footy, and Loxton North will get the free. Wow, straight up.
Yep. Kennedy been moved onto the ball as a tag or a tag or a run with Zach Waldridge.
Cooper Petch now with the footy on half forward for Loxton North. Tries to bring it back in board, drop short of Lewis.
Here's
now Kennedy again, arguably Loxton's best player this afternoon. Intercept from Joel Worsfold from Loxton North into the attacking 50. Rolls through, straight through, clean bowled. That's a goal. Joel Worsfold, that's the goal of the day.
It certainly is. I was just about to make a comment there that Lewis, who smothered that ball to win it back, did the 1%ers, and the ball spilling out to Worsfold, who's kicked the first goal of the second half, and the fifth goal for Loxton North. It was all reward for his effort, but after Loxton North had turned that ball over pretty easily, but won it back.
That was like Mitch Stark, straight through the stumps, the keeper over the boundary fence, the ball just kept going.
Yep,
I
and
like it.
no need for the for goal cam here.
Straight through.
Goal umpire was all over it.
So that sees Loxton North back out in front even further. 8 points the margin. Tap from Loxton North, the second clearance in a row. What's Dave Higgins said at half-time? They'll be Norton.
Well, Hample's got his hand first to the ball after a pretty even half. Here's Coney on his left foot, driving it forward again.
Loxton North, can they make it the first two of the half?
Ooh, close, but no.
Minus score there.
So Hample getting his hand first to the ball in the middle, and Wooldridge into the middle, having a couple of important touches, and he drove that ball forward quickly.
I think it was Hutchinson with that snap on goal just then. Sorry, Josh Wooldridge, not Hutchie.
Yeah. So the Panthers have come out with intent.
Just on 2 minutes gone, third quarter Riverland footy on 5RM. They take the footy wide on the kick out. That's going to go over the boundary line, kept in by Coney.
Tried to keep it in, but the umpire was the boundary ump was all over it. She was right up to the task there.
A 9-point margin on the Value Care scoreboard. Ball back in. Oh, De Prince taps forward, lovely. Controlled ruck work, but didn't go too far. And umpire Kasolki says, my footy.
Yeah, interesting tussle in ruck between the two big fellas, and whoever wins or gives their team first use of the footy might have a lot to do with it. So that free kick going to Hample. Oh no, the umpire's pointed the wrong way. It's going to De Prince. Hample had his arms around De Prince, who positioned himself far better at that boundary, at that ball up. Yep.
So now in front of the Panther
nice
faithful.
mark. A nice mark. Is that Talon Eagle again? No, it's a right footer.
Kicks up to half forward, straight through. Mason Ekman for Loxton North. Read it well, round the back. Brings it to the centre. It's a dangerous kick. A couple of Panthers there, but it was the 26 of Riley Walton that tried to pick it up.
Yeah.
He couldn't quite get his hands on it. And now Joe Worsfold through the middle. Kicks up to centre half forward. No one's there. Straight through it goes, but it's too far from the goals this time. Ryan Proud charging out. A good tackle. Can Loxton North make something of this? It's a hurried footy. A good handball out for Loxton. And
off half-back come the Tigers, but straight towards Mason Eckerman, who carries the ball forward, stays on it. Joel Westphal having some important touches this quarter.
Shapley trying to lock the footy in half forward. Loxton North playing desperately at the moment. Tackle from Rothy from Loxton, and we'll get a ball up pretty much in front of us.
Yep, and Wooldridge and Worsfold on and around the ball, having some important touches for the Panthers.
To Prince and Hample, lock arms. It was Worsfold that got the kick out of the clearance. Didn't go too far. It's the 26 of Walton there, getting into the game a bit this quarter.
Yeah, tried to push off the tackler. Pretty lucky to get away with that. Big fellas both wrestling for the footy. Umpire says play on.
It was Jesse Will that got the clearance away, but it's Sherpig from Loxton North. They'll go back on the rebound. Handball back inboard from Eckerman. I think a few people thought it was a throw, but umpire says play on. Got as far as Nelson, and we'll have another stoppage.
Yeah, he was able to hold the ball up there because they're outnumbered by the Tigers, and they were looking to race forward towards their goals.
Good tap from
Jacob
Campbell.
Evans gets the ball cleared towards Campbell, gets it onto his boot, but only as far as Michael Scott at half-back for Loxton North, who looks up and looks to switch the ball. Oh, right back into traffic, but Scott Lewis up to the task, although ball smothered off boot by Will, I think. He takes set two bounces, runs towards goal and makes...
That's a minor score for Jesse Will.
Gee whiz, that was a good bit of play by the Loxton Tigers captain. He had two bounces, plenty of time to steady, but it's been a bit hard to kick a goal up that end.
The first score of the quarter for Loxton, albeit a minor one on the Value Care scoreboard.
Yep, and the quarterback's all the way back there. Josh Nelson looking for the ball, gives everyone time to have a catch their breath and set up.
Nelson will take the kick out. Going to go to the western side.
Down the middle to Scott Lewis and finds him all on his own in the middle. Looks up, switches the ball out wide, finds Coney out there on the wing. Quickly onto the moving it forward. No, towards his brother. Couldn't quite bring it in. He's got it now.
Loxton North in there attacking 50. Can they make some of this? There he is. Jonty Coney. Have a kick, son. He's
Ooh.
missed it.
Wooldridge getting the ball there and in range himself, but shoveling the handball out to Coney.
Yeah, great bit of work from Josh Wooldridge on the wing before that set that piece of play up.
Scott Lewis taking the role we normally see the Loxton coach play, controlling the ball up and down the middle of the ground. Almost got a bungee cord around his leg and nailed into the centre. He's not going too far from out of the square.
Loxton with the kick out. Hasn't found a target, but Salmon tries to run through traffic. He got through all right. Can he find a target on the wing? Drops forward. Loxton North a bit hungry around the contest. Loxton North dragged that in there. And umpire says, my footy. But yes, it was dragged in, it must be said.
I think once
Justin Proud got away with that. I think
once you're on your knees and you take control of the ball, you're dragging it in. When you're up on your feet, it's a little bit different. But here we go. Wooldridge off half back, looks up, shoots the ball down the wing towards Vumard that time, but he couldn't bring it in. It's out of bounds for a throw in right in front of the Schwartz Motor Repairs. The bar, Worstie's bar over there.
We might go to our man on the boundary and find out what's going on. Lockie Dandy, you there?
Yeah, I've got you. And, Loxton North, they would have been really happy to kick those first couple of the second quarter, of the second half, I should say, and really just stem the flow and make sure that they just kept Loxton at bay because they really had a good second quarter there, so they needed to continue it. And, that miss from Jesse Will, he did have an option in this forward pocket on the just in front of me on the boundary position here, so he's going to need to 0-1, but I suppose when you're the skipper, you might be able to get away with it.
Yeah, Loxton working the ball across the ground towards us so that we could see who's got it. And that's driven forward by Bailey Bowden. Sherpick getting a few touches.
Yep. Working harder there to pick the crumbs up.
Yeah, clever play by Nelson. Quickly got rid of the ball before he was tackled, and the tackle was coming. And unfortunately for Brandon Tregeagle, he'd already got rid of the ball before you grabbed him and threw him to the ground.
So Nelson with the free on the clubroom wing, Loxton North.
Harley Campbell in the van here for the mark of the day, and he took it.
Oh, there it is. And that's the clubhouse leader for the mark of the day. Gets the ball on quickly, finds Will in the centre, gives it a roost into the attacking 50. Flight, the target, drops short.
Yep, Scott up to the task, got a hand of the ball to spoil, and then took the kick, brought it out, but only as far as Campbell, who looks up and drives it back into Loxton to Taylor Eagle in the forward pocket, still 45 metres from goal.
Would this be within range? He doesn't think it is, so he gets it on quickly to the pocket. Dangerous kicks.
Spoil over the top from Sherpick there, and he's picked up his game a bit and providing hard to get past Judge Sherpick.
Kicking a footy, if you're on, kicking to a pocket is never a good idea. We see it fail week in, week out here at Five Room Football. Got to go to the hot spot.
Ball comes out. Now there we go. Out of the pack it came, straight to Caden Evans, who made no mistake. No, he did. Yeah, just missed that. Looked like a great kick for me.
Lovely looking kick, but unfortunately.
Did you like the call on the Harley Campbell mark, Lockie?
Oh, absolutely. Right in front of us.
You could just see it happening, couldn't you, as it happened? Nelson brings the ball out, straight down the middle, finds Justin Proud at half-back, who also looks up and goes out to that far side wing, but that kick's not quite as smart. And Tigers taking the ball. Campbell again, is it? No, Rogan Kennedy.
And that's gone out of bounds on the full, so Loxton North will get the free here. We're 10 minutes gone, third quarter Riverland footy on 5RM for the Riverland Motor Group.
I think Kennedy took that possession as he was making his way off for an interchange. Ball comes down the wing from Scott again, straight back.
And umpire's called something in. North will get the free.
It looks like it might be Lockie Stevens, having a run on the ball. Looks up, finds Kelly. He's looking up, looking for an option for Loxton North. Drives it in the path of.
Just seeing what's going to go on here. Tackled, and umpire says my ball.
Gee, these young fellas lack absolutely no confidence. He looked up looking for Josh Wooldridge, who's only played a handful of games as well. They don't mind sharing the ball around.
Oh, Loxton through
Caden Evans, is it?
Jacob
Evans.
Campbell tried to drag
Campbell
that
again.
Yeah, Campbell.
Yeah.
Umpire Kasolki balls it up in the air to Prince from Loxton. Got his hands on it, but it's Loxton North that get a wobbly old kick away. Can they make something out of this? Zach Kelly tried to run onto it, but it's Loxton that clear it out through the 20 of Tregeagle, who's getting more into this game this quarter. Ball now in the centre square. Loxton go on the attack. Can they make something out of this? The 23 of Caden Evans up to the hot spot, but it's Loxton North on the rebound.
Michael Scott taking the intercept mark, shooting the ball out wide towards Hutchinson, but couldn't quite bring it in.
Lloyd, I reckon,
Lloyd,
26.
Yeah. Back on it. Second effort was pretty strong by Lloyd. And on he goes with the ball. Back to Lloyd, takes it back off Worsfold, takes a bounce, looks up.
Looks for Ryan Proud, but great bit of positioning there from the Loxton defender and Rollins. And
into Harder in the middle of the ground. Coach takes the ball, looks to drive it forward. Just over everyone's head. Scott first back onto it for Loxton North.
Umpires.
They've been consistent with this all day, Lockie. They've anyone that's been taken to ground without the football has been given the free kick. This time, Caden Evans was taken without the ball. Handball looked to shape the handball off to Harder, but didn't.
Now
Looks
finds
up.
Jesse Will unmanned. So too easy, you say, and he will go back for a shot on goal. He missed one before. Has a chance at redemption.
He's had a good quarter this quarter, the Tigers captain, and we've seen him kick 5 1/4 out here on this oval in a final, and he's right up to this. He is the player that could will Loxton back into the front.
Are you going to run with the willpower line there, Nobby?
He could.
Don't know if I've heard that before, but anyway, we'll roll with it. Jesse Will, the ball's on the way.
A really good kick at goal from Jesse Will. And he puts the Tigers' first goal of the second half on the board.
So Jesse Will with the second of the quarter, all up for both sides.
That ties the scores up.
And 2 points on my calculations. I've got 5-8 to 5-6 on the Value Care scoreboard, but we could have a look at some adjudication in a minute.
Yeah, 2 point lead.
2 points the margin. I've told you, I've got a new score system here at 5RM Football today.
I'm loving it, Lockie. I'm loving it.
It's called Microsoft Excel. Never lies. Yeah, I've been let down a bit too much a few games this year, so I've had to take it on board myself. You know what's the saying? If you want something done properly, do it yourself. Anyway,
well done, mate. Well done.
That's how we roll with it here at 5RM Footy. We do it all thanks to the Riverland Motor Group, of course. The new Kia Carnival has arrived. Riverland Kia, East Terrace, Loxton.
Ball going forward from Campbell again for Loxton. Only as far as Eckerman. Handball, chain of handballs. Back to Coney. Looking for someone to give it to. Back to Sherpick. Looks up and finds Masuda Caso out on the half-back flank.
So Loxton North now bringing it back in board. Went over the top of Stevens. Loxton tried to run on through it through Katsitas. Good kick up to centre half forward. And now it's the 25 of Wright. Carter into the 50. Can Loxton make something out of this? There's flight in there. He held on. Ball to the deck. And we'll get a ball up. 35 out, Loxton goal.
All of a sudden, the Tigers have taken it up a step and put the pressure back on the Panthers. This is game well and truly on.
Yeah, just short of 15 gone, third quarter. Hasn't gone too far with this one. A lot of hunger out there this afternoon.
Yeah, it'll come down to whoever finishes this game the best in the last quarter, I think, Lockie, because we're down inside 7 minutes for this quarter.
Oh, a free kick to Loxton.
To Wright, I think.
Within range, was for holding on in the ruck. I think was the free there.
Yep, so Wright will take this free kick from about 30 metres out, almost directly in front, but he's probably on the right side to be for a right footer, just to be spearing this through.
Ball about to be on the way.
Oh,
there it is.
There's the commentator's curse. He sort of shanked that one to the left for one behind only, and now there's only 1 point in the margin in favour of the Panthers.
5-7 Loxton go 2:37. They trail North 5-8-38 on the Value Care scoreboard. North with the kick out. They take it to the busy spot in the middle. Oh, this has found flight for Loxton. He wheels around, kicks up to the pocket. He's got a teammate there and a good mark.
It's right again, is it?
That's going to be another shot on goal. That's Talon Eagle with this one. So he won't miss this one. The number 14 for Loxton. It was his first game in the A grade again last week.
And the left footer is on that, might I say it, on the right side again.
the scoreboard pocket at Loxton North. 5RM football for the Riverland Motor Group. East Terrace Loxton.
About to wrestle the lead back in this game to the Tigers. North will have to respond.
We'll see what happens with this. So you could hear a pin drop out there. It's like being at Augusta National.
He likes
Ball's on the way.
No.
And he's missed the lot. I think he has. Oh, no. That's a goal. Okay.
See,
right.
Nothing like a bit of theatre from the goal ump there. I think he was waiting for the all clear from the central umpire before he gave us that gesture. So that takes Loxton Tigers to 6-7-49. Is that right?
43.
43, leading the Loxton North Panthers 5-8-38.
5RM football for the Riverland Motor Group and the Value Care scoreboard attendance working overtime this afternoon. Ball back to the centre. North needs something. 17 minutes gone. Third quarter Riverland footy on 5RM. Ball back to the middle it is. Change in the ruck for Loxton North. It's Stevens in there and Loxton will get the free. To Prince with Loxton with the kick. Getting a few people screaming for it.
Yep.
Goes, looks for harder, wheels around on the left, booming into the attacking 50, straight
nice
over the
kick.
top of Will. Now it's getting closer to Loxton's goal. Kicking to the town end. North players dive on it, trying to hold it in. And we'll have a ball up.
You'd say the Loxton North, the Loxton Tigers power forwards in the big fellas in harder, Flight.
Jesse Will out for the ball up. He's roved that and kicked a behind.
You'd say they're starting to have an influence in the game up forward?
Yeah, definitely. Definitely the pace and sting of Loxton North's attack has somewhat slowed up a little bit. We might go to Lockie Dan on the boundary and find out what's going on. You there, mate, Lockie?
Yeah, I am, and I've just noticed in this quarter that Loxton North were playing somewhat of a Barmer Monash style of game with their defensive play really restricting Loxton, but that pressure has just been too much in the last probably 5 minutes, and that's allowed Loxton to hit the scoreboard and have these repeat opportunities. We said Jesse Will owed him one, and he kicked one.
Yep.
He's starting to come into the game.
Yep,
Yep.
certainly is.
Panthers under pressure every time they get hold of it in their defence. Nice hands there from Zach Wooldridge. Shoots the ball out. North are running it wide. They can't get out of their defence, so that's their problem.
Finds Hampel on the far wing.
I reckon he got a bit of help to take that mark, but the umpire liked it.
Bombs it long, but finds Salmon on half-back. That's Brock Salmon. Got a couple of teammates on the switch in Kennedy.
This has turned out being a pretty good move, throwing Rogan Kennedy into the middle and using some of the bigger fellas up forward.
Loose footy, but Tregear went back in board, tackled by Coney. Off to Acaso. Can he scoop this one off the deck? He went through like a rugby player in a scrum.
Gee, lucky to get away with that, I thought.
Ball up. That's a win for North there, though. Loxton were out with the rebound there.
Yeah.
North have locked it in there, attacking 50. But this part here isn't.
Yeah,
A couple of quick handballs, and it's
Kennedy
managed to
to
find
Hill
out.
and Hill to his teammate, but only as far out as the wing where Mason Eckerman takes the ball. Looks short. Gee whiz, he set him a fair task. Out Brody Hill, reads the ball well for the Tigers. Looks up the middle, but only as far as Zach Wooldridge, who had his arms taken there, but the umpire didn't seem to see it.
There's Lewis, and this was Drew Kasolki, picked up the crumbs off the deck to Harder.
Starting to use the ball far better, Tigers. Out to Campbell, handball's over, the ball's on.
Finds Caden Evans, kicks into the attacking 50, but that is a great mark from Cody Vomard. That was a gully diving
I was
catch.
just thinking the same thing. T20 World Cup, he's taken that one in the gully.
That was Marcus Stoinis in that, was it 100 ball competition in England overnight?
Yeah.
So the defensive mark of the day, Cody Vomard.
It's there's a fair bit on the line here. Oh, nice drift in from Carter right there. Went the wrong way. Thought he was going the other way. He's back though. Drives it forward. Having a nice little spell in the ruck, Carter. Here's Vomard again. He's going to start to lead these Panthers through. To Lewis, to Vomard. Back to Lewis. Oh, couldn't get a handle on it.
He wasn't quite quick enough to get there, unfortunately, but he gets the free.
I think someone just managed to just take his feet, I think.
Kicks into the attacking 50. It went over the back. Loxton North trying to crumb this one. A handball.
Zach Wooldridge onto the left foot.
Look, Ryan Proud, can he run onto this? It's bouncing. It's bounced over the boundary line.
Looks like he didn't get his hand to it. That'll be a... Oh, no, it's a throw-in. Yep.
Managed to do enough there.
Yeah, just managed to touch it before it went out of bounds. So the ball up, boundary throwing in the forward pocket for Loxton North. Ball comes out. North first onto it. Oh, could not get enough elevation on it, Coney, and that ball was cut out by the Tigers, who relieved the defence by coming out towards the commentary box.
Coney sharked the footy, dragged it back inboard to Petch. Over to Hampel. Hampel bombs it into the attacking 50. This could go anywhere. They all flew up, but it was tackled. That was Jasper Hutchinson holding the ball. Great work, Jasper.
Do you know, in the first 5 rules of football, Lockie, one of them is don't handball to the ruckman when he's standing still. And another one of them is don't handball to the ruckman full stop. And that happened. Then they got away with it.
I like it. It was a wobbly old kick, but it went the journey.
And that's no criticism of Matthew Hampel. It's just one of the rules of footy.
So Jasper Hutchinson has his shot, kicks from 10 out. He's happy. He's kicked it. And that's the Panthers' second of the quarter. And the scores are now level again at 44 on the Value Care scoreboard.
We have definitely got a game. If you're listening to us, do not switch stations on your radio. And if you're here, there'll be no one going home just yet.
Well, you shouldn't be switching off 5am anyway. No. I mean that's one of the rules of listening to radio, of course. Yeah, he's meant to the rules of football before.
Yes.
But either way, it is 5am football for the Riverland Motor Group. East Terrace Loxton. 3.99% Ford Ranger finance offer on selected models. Riverland Ford, East Terrace, Loxton.
So right into the ruck against Hampel and gets up and gets first hand to it. But Hampel clears the pack, kicks the ball forward.
Maybe he's have a bit of a second career as a rebound attacker. Hampel. Loxton now. Oh, he's back into it again.
Back into it again. Yep.
Oh, he went the tackle, but he missed. Now we've got...
Bailey
Bougen on the attack.
And the Panther tackle didn't quite stick.
And it's going to be Loxton North with the free kick.
Tigers a bit unfortunate there because I thought he got a nice little shove in the back as he kicked it, but never mind. Play on it is. Yeah, big quarter from Hampel in field play.
Absolutely. So Jasper Hutchinson with that last goal.
Yeah, Shapley with the ball. Back to Vumo. Goes forward. Almost a nice mark taken there by Petch. Feeds it out to the quarterback who looks up and finds Scott Lewis 15 metres away on the wing. Scott Lewis looks up and looks across.
Oh, it wasn't high, but Loxton North on the attack. Petch out to Lloyd. Lloyd pops it up to the forward pocket. Can someone get underneath? That's been punched over. And is going to be a free kick here? No, it can be a ball in.
That was a good play by Lloyd. He's as hard as a cat's head, that bloke, isn't he?
Straight into it.
For a young fella. That's how they breed him out Lyric way.
In overtime, Zach Woolley tried to run onto it, and we'll get a ball up. 25 out from North goal.
All of a sudden, Lockie Dand might go. Can we go to him, Lockie?
We'll just follow this one and see if this one's going to roll through for a goal. Deep in the attack for Loxton North. Umpire's called holding the ball, and North are going to get a free kick here, straight in front. Siren sounds for three-quarter time. We'll follow this one.
Yeah, Coney with the kick. It's Jonty Coney.
I think Ryan Proud was trying to get it, but he's already had 1,000 goals out at Loxton North. So get the young lad.
I was just about to say, Lockie, that the pressure North applied in this last 5 minutes of the quarter has put them back in front.
So Coney has his kick. He's kicked it. You've heard it. Panthers take the lead, 7-8-50. They lead the Loxton Tigers, 6-8-44 on the Value Care scoreboard. We've got a game on here at Loxton North this afternoon. We must get to the break and get some other scores with Trevor Scott in the Sideline View studio. Are you there, Trevor? Yeah, we certainly do, Trevor Scott. It's three-quarter time. Loxton North leads 7-8-50. The visiting Loxton Tigers 6-8-44. It's been a great contest this afternoon, and the fourth quarter's about to get underway. Nobby Norton's been alongside me, as well as Lockie Dan, who's on the turf of Loxton North this afternoon. And Nobby and Lockie Dan, just a great game so far.
Yeah, it is. Lockie, interested in your thoughts on that third quarter?
Yeah, well, I thought that Loxton North really started well, and then Loxton came back into it, and then Loxton North finished really well. So it's all about momentum. I thought that Jasper Hutchinson goal really swung the flow of play, though. So it's going to be a huge finish to this game. One goal in it with a quarter to play. What more could you want? Yeah,
big third quarter from Tiger captain Jesse Will, and but for that miss, probably could have had scores level. I thought his quarter was pretty good. We saw Luke Harder get hold of it a little bit. And for Loxton North, I thought Waldridge was good. Both the Coney boys are good, and I thought Joel Worsfold continued his good work, and the big fella Matthew Hempel, a couple of important touches towards the end of the quarter. Do you think the same, mate?
Yeah, definitely. I thought that Matty Hempel really did well there, and was really mobile in that quarter, and found his way around the ground really well. So big challenge for Braden DePrince in this last quarter, who's had a really good year.
He was that mobile, he had his players handballing to him, Lockie.
Yeah, that's right. Not often a ruckman gets that much of the footy.
That's for sure. Doing a great job on the boundary this afternoon. There it is, ball back in the middle, and we are underway. The fourth quarter of round 9, Riverland footy on 5RM. Joel Worsfold read it well, got a handball out to Vomard, out to Kelly, now to Wooldridge. Couple of handballs and intercept from the Loxton Tigers through Jacob Evans. Taken over the line, though. There's desperation there from Zach Wooldridge.
It's an interesting game when you got so many youngsters playing. They love to handball. They're not like us old school guys where you just one handball and kick it. It's game on.
Ball in as well, Harder. He tried to run it out of the contest. Got a kick away when he was tackled into the attacking 50 for the Loxton Tigers, but it's Mason Eckerman for North that clears it out across the face, but it should work out all right here for Loxton North. They run onto it, and this is the Panthers of old, this run and carry stuff.
Great play by Vumard there. He took the ball and made sure they got possession and handballed it on. Wooldridge getting hold of the ball, taking it up the wing. Shoots it out. Here we go. Coney again.
It's Jonty Coney goes inboard on his left, looks for a target in the 50 and finds Josh Wooldridge.
Are you allowed to sell the same candy twice? Because he just did then on the way forward, Coney.
So Josh Wooldridge had a shot earlier today, and this one here,
he's probably not going to have one as important as this. His first goal in the last quarter, always important.
It's directly in front. It's drifting, and it's a minor score.
Yeah, you'd say that it's been the scoring end, but also the point scoring end.
7 points the margin at the moment. 51 plays 44 on the Value Care scoreboard.
Will that be a handy point?
Maybe not at this early stage. Still under 2 minutes gone. Loxton with the kick out. They take it to the
what a
mark. Side and
and he drifts again.
Yeah, Campbell.
You just you cannot let him have a run at the ball from the side of the pack. He'll do it every time. Great judgment of the ball when it's in the air.
Jacob Evans now over the top to Eagle. Hasn't got an opponent.
I thought the game had stopped then.
Bailey Bougen scoring for it, but unable to get it. Kicks up the line, flight, one hand, if you don't mind.
Made the best position and took hold of the footy. Drives it forward towards the goal square, one-on-one.
Over the back.
We got Petch, is it?
Yeah, Cooper Petch. Oh, Loxton on the attack, and that's Evans that tried to... He smothered the kick, gets it out to Flight. Flight gets it on the boot. Minor score.
I'll tell you who else went through for a point was Petch. He got thrown through the points, the goals. Yeah.
Too true. So there it is, a minor score, so that brings the margin back to
one goal. This is going to go all the way, this game.
One of our timekeepers has suggested he's back to draw all day.
Yeah, he did, actually, even before the ball went up. At the start, he thought it would be a draw.
Maybe we haven't had a draw this year in Riverland footy. Maybe today, in A grade that is, maybe today could be the day.
Look, I think it's down to whoever finishes the game with the most run at the end of it.
I thought you were about to say whoever finishes the game with more on the scoreboard then. I mean, they're going to win it, of course.
Here goes Kennedy out in the wing, looks for someone to give it to. Held onto it for a while and did the right thing. Found a Tiger teammate who's driven the ball forward. Off pack.
Running goal. Minor score it is.
So only 5 points the margin now in favour of the Panthers, with the Tigers coming with a rush.
That was Harley Campbell with that one.
Yeah, he's covering some ground. Harley took a mark at him in front of us, and then he's just kicked that point from the other side. Steady play from Lewis. Looks up and finds a teammate out on the halfback flank.
This young Tiger Brigade's exciting. Evans's, Campbell, Kennedy. It's good to see.
Big mark taken on the wing by the Loxton ruckman, DePrins, I think, looking into the sun. Ball comes across quickly.
Yeah, it finds Salmon.
Takes a strong contested mark. Drives the ball forward, looking for Eagle. 2 up.
Oh, he manages to read the bounce. Goes back inboard. A handball to Bailey Bougen. Bougen goes through traffic. Gets it on his left to the top of the square. No one's home. Evans soccers off the ground. It's hit the post.
Gee whiz, it did.
Wow.
Well called, looking into the sun there, Lockie.
It's Caden Evans with that one, the number 23 for the Loxton Tigers.
So Tigers now only trailing by 4 points early in the last quarter.
It's 5-round football for McDonald's Renmark. Spicy shaker fries and spicy chicken nuggets are back.
Panthers having difficulty getting the ball past centre here. Loxton all organised. Getting plenty of possession in the defending half, but not able to break through that Tiger lineup, who've got plenty sitting across the centre and behind the ball.
Petch, little chip up the line. Over the back it goes.
Push in the back to the Tiger big man. You can see it from here, and the umpire's between.
So, just seeing who's going to get the free here. It's going to be the Prince that gets it.
It's Wright again, I think. Wright's on the ball at the moment. Lockie is.
There's two, yep.
He's
both Carter Wright.
Both big fellas.
Carter Wright bombs it long. Kennedy the target, and that's a great mark.
Yeah, well and truly in a different weight division than Josh Nelson, about a foot taller in the old measurements and about 2 stone heavier.
So he's going to go back for a shot. He'll be kicking from, I'm going to say, 45 out on a 60-degree angle.
With a little bit of a breeze. Any breeze that is blowing here is behind him.
Kicking to the school end. Very important kick. He's had 2 today so far. Takes his time. Has his kick. It's on the way. Goal umpire hasn't moved, but it's a minor score. So
the margin slimming by every kick. Yep. 7-8-51 plays 6-11-37, is it?
I've got 7-9-51.
7-9-51 plays 6-11-47, is it?
About 4 points the margin.
Yeah.
5-round football for McDonald's Renmark.
Still unable to clear the ball out of the defence of Panthers, and this time Kennedy, who kicked the last point, takes the mark at half forward and drives it back into the Tiger attack.
Flight with the little bump out, tried to get the mark, it dropped to ground. Hardick picked up the hands, but he was wrapped up quickly.
There's no such thing as a little bump out when Flighty's around. That was quite a good nudge, but it was in the play, so it's fine. Once the ball's within 5 metres.
Good tap from Loxton. Flight tried to run past for the crumbs, but unable to do so, and we'll have another ball up in Loxton's forward pocket. Just over 7 minutes gone, 4th quarter.
And it spent 6.5 of those 7 minutes in the Loxton forward line.
North trying to clear this one out. It was Shapley with the sleeves that just bombed it. Got it to the top of the 50. Can Loxton North through Coney run onto something? He dived on it. North got out of that one.
And he was the only Panther there, and there was 4 Tigers around. He managed to hold it up for a ball up.
So a ball up. Loxton's attacking 50. Hampel got a good tap away.
Coming out was Campbell, who had the ball and
tackled.
I don't think the umpire could see that then, to be honest with you, because Campbell tried to burst through the pack and got the ball come out without him disposing of it. But anyway, play on. Ball goes up.
Still in Loxton's attacking 50. It was Campbell there with the footy, but we'll go again. What is it? 3 ball ups and play on.
Yeah, 3 ball ups and a free kick, I think, normally. But here we go. Scott Lewis tries to come out with the ball. Ball not free of the pack. Loxton get hold of it. Keep having options. Back to back to Salmon, I reckon, he drove the ball forward, but only as far as Shapley.
He bombed it wide and it's been intercepted by Flight. Flight wastes no time. Back in board, looks for Harder. Unable to mark it. He's going to get the free kick anyway.
Yep.
Mason Eckerman did everything he could there to smother that one, but he's been pinged for holding on.
Yeah, a few of these Loxton lightweights are having to compete against some people in a much heavier division, and that's starting to pay. What's the old saying? The big fellas don't get any smaller in the last quarter.
Yes, I think I have heard that one. So, Harder now for Loxton. Ball's on the way. Umpire has moved a little bit. What's he going to say? That's a goal.
Tigers liking it and hitting the front for the first time since just before half time.
So the 7-11 Loxton 53. They lead Loxton North 7-9 51 on the Value Care scoreboard. We've got some around the ground scores with Trevor Scott in the Connectus Sideline View studio. Trevor. Thank you, Trevor.
2-point lead here to the Tigers as the ball's about to go up.
Good tap from Hampel, but it was read by Bailey Bougen from Loxton. He got bumped as he kicked it. Oh, Joel Worsfold picked it up well to intercept it again. And there's been a free kick here to Loxton North.
Out comes Kelly again. Had a good second half, young Zach Kelly.
Chips it up, finds Worsfold.
Who's also been high in Loxton North's best players. Out to Zach Wooldridge, takes the mark. Now they need a long penetrating attack here.
We're going to have to work out the Murray Pioneer man of the match pretty soon.
Gee whiz, it's a raffle at this stage.
They all flew up in Loxton North. Can Hutchinson run onto something here? Jackson Lloyd it was too.
Yeah, couldn't get away from his opponent. Was caught holding the ball, but that the ball's deep in the north forward line. Loxton looking up. Shoot the ball out. Nice mark to Luke Salmon, who plays on.
A good bit of chasing work there from Lloyd, but it's up now in front of us on the...
He's had a great second half, young Wright, and making his presence felt, although kicks into the man on the mark there, goes back for it and gets it back.
Mart. Evans now running on with it. Play on advantage is the call. Evans now runs in, and just hooks the footy to the far side. It missed the lot. Still in board.
Out comes Eckerman, with the ball for Loxton North. Well, that's a really good contested mark over there to the Panthers.
Just seeing who that might be. It might be Noah Paul. On the far side here, the sun now setting. Panther Park.
Yeah, Caso taking the man instead of the ball there and was pretty keen to get onto him too. And that was Harder, who looks up, tries to shoot the ball forward, but Worsfold there again. Out comes Sherbick with the luxury of a bounce, looks up, drives the ball to half forward.
Great mark, Loxton North.
His aerial work is exceptional for a bloke of his centimetres.
It's Coney, kicks it to the square. Ryan Proud tripped over. Play on is the call. And it's out of bounds.
Yeah, look, the Loxton player taking the risk there, trying to let the ball go out as a disposal, and Ryan Proud nearly swooped in and gained possession, but it went out of bounds. Loxton bring the kick back in.
2-point ball game intercept from Lloyd. Lloyd to the top of the goal square. Can someone from North mark it? They can't. It's over the back. Taken to ground. Umpire says my footy. And
that's where he's at. That's where he's at his best, Akasi, when he can get his hands on the footy. No one gets it back off him.
Might go to our man on the ground in a sec. We'll just see this. Ball up in North's attacking 50. They're desperate for a goal. Yes, we'll see. 12 and a half minutes gone, fourth quarter. Riverland footy on 5-0 from McDonald's Renmark. Spicy shaker fries are back.
You tipping the winner yet, Lockie? Who's going to win it?
Not just yet. Whoever's higher on the scoreboard when the siren sounds, that's... Yeah.
I'm thinking that the Tigers are looking really dangerous when they do move the ball forward, but the Panthers are once again have upped their pressure around the footy.
No one giving an inch or a millimetre in the metric system at the moment. Still deep in Panthers' attack. They're at the scoring end.
It'll just be moments from here.
Ball up. Didn't go anywhere. Do you think a goal's going to be enough from here to hold on to win?
I think the next goal, you know how they say it in the classics, is very important. It's important for Loxton North because it gets them back in the game. For Tigers, should they get it, they probably would need to concede 2 to lose.
And they're going to get it holding the ball here.
See, once again, the pressure coming up on the ball from the Panthers, but they're not able to convert it on the scoreboard. Here we go. Ryan Proud.
Went over the back. Still in the forward pocket. Panthers scurrying, trying to hold it in, but Loxton under pressure. Managed to clear it out. Great bit of work from Rollins, but he's
chipped in, cut out by Eckerman, I reckon, who was met with, after he got rid of the ball, was met quite hard, and that will be a free kick down the ground. And I reckon there's a little bit of excitement here.
There's a yellow card coming out here. And that's Evans, 23. That's a yellow card. That's 10 minutes off. He's done for the game. 14 minutes gone now.
Yeah.
So he's off.
So he's racked the queue for the day. Luckily enough, they can be replaced.
Just looking at Loxton's bench. Who's going to come on for that?
And the kick to be taken by...
So Jesse Will comes back on.
Is it Lachlan Stevens there with the ball?
Just trying to see here. So it was a downfield kick.
Yep.
And it is Lockie Stevens who's going to have the free kick. Kicking on the painted 50. It's a good-looking kick off the boot. Has it made the distance?
No.
It's dropped short. North trying to soccer this one through and get something out of it. Coney tried to snap it over someone's head, but it didn't make it that far. Over the line it goes. They'll get a ball in. There's a lot of pressure in this game, Nobby Norton.
The pressure meter's off the clock. From both sides here.
Maybe it was lucky we missed the first 2 minutes of the broadcast, because otherwise it might have been a bit too much pressure today.
Look, I think we can say that the next goal could decide the game.
North now. Zach Wooldridge wheels around on his left, kicks it to the goals. Has that got the journey? It has. And that's the goal of the day. From 50.
For a whole lot of reasons. Now, with still plenty of time to be played here, over 7 minutes left of playing time on the game clock, and the score is still under a goal. The difference is still under a goal.
It's been just 4 points the margin on the Value Care scoreboard, to my calculations.
So interesting that Loxton have Wright in the ruck and DePrince forward. So they've gone with a pretty tall line up forward, and they've got Harder in the forward lines and Flight in the forward lines. So a very dangerous forward line for the Tigers. Best way Panthers can counter this is try and keep it up the other end.
Oh, they wrapped that one up.
High tackle there. Yeah, here we go. Out of the middle comes Jacob Evans. Gets it onto the boot quickly towards DePrince. Spoil over the top by Sherpick. Probably the only guy on the Loxton North team that could reach that. Mopping up across half-back, Scott Lewis for the Panthers. Yep.
Chips over, finds Lloyd. Just hold station for a second, probably the right thing to do. 16 minutes gone.
Down the line, the kick goes towards Hample, who got a nice shove in the back from Cale Smith, who then started to tell the umpire that he wasn't right. It was actually a shoulder, and gives away the 25 metre.
25 metre penalty it is. So now deep in the 50, over the line it goes from a Loxton player. Is this going to be no, it's a ball in. Righto.
No, plenty of time for both sides here. But you'd be thinking if you were up, you'd rather be in front than behind at the latter stages of the game. Hample again into the ruck. Tries to get the ball free. Evans out. Harder's had to take himself up onto the ball. Sets it up. And nice mark taken by Kasolki there, who plays on.
Seeing what's happening here. Ball now on the far wing. They're trying to move it up right into the wall of Panther players. Holding the ball it is.
Prior opportunity, took 2 steps and was wrapped up by Shapley, who looks up, drives the ball forward for Loxton North out wide to the wing, and finds Hutchinson, I reckon, out there this time. Or it might be Josh Wooldridge.
No, I think it's Hutchinson. Yep. 36 and 26. It's a bit confusing this afternoon.
In the ball, nice hit out by Hample there. Tap the ball on.
Oh, a goal for Loxton North, is it?
No, it's a point. Score. I tell you what, that was heady play by the big fella there. Went into that that marking contest with no intention to mark it other than just to flick it out towards the goals, and Loxton North, his teammate ran onto it but couldn't make the maximum dividend from it. Out in front of the scoreboard, Loxton have the football, play on, moving it quickly down that side wing. There he is, Vumard, Loxton North skipper sticks the big mitts up and drags that one in.
A 5-point ball game on the Value Care scoreboard. 5-home footy for McDonald's Renmark. Spicy shaker fries are back.
Yeah, the Loxton North runner being sent from the field. He was in play there.
Vumard just up the line. Oh, great mark from Stevens.
Stevens again, have taken some critical possessions, but has given the free kick away. He might be
I think it might be over the line.
He might have been outside the boundary, yeah.
Unfortunate. So it's Jesse Will now with the free, the Loxton captain.
Oh, Vumard again pulls the mark in. Managed to work his man under the ball in the contest. Shoots it across to Hampel, getting some important possessions.
Yeah. Josh Nelson running around for the handball, but Hampel says, I'm going to kick it today. Oh, Ryan Proud flew up for the mark. He's going to give away the free for a...
unrealistic attempt, and also a big foot right in the middle of Luke Harder's back, which pushed him under the ball.
Loxton now dragged the footy wide. Good tackle from Stevens. And that's holding the ball.
Yeah, he's had some important moments in this last quarter.
Gets it on quickly, but unfortunately it's been wrapped up by the Tigers.
Gee, I think the umpire, they thought it was play on. Tigers playing like there's only a minute left, but there's 4 left. On short comes Brodie Hill looking for the ball, takes the ball on the wing. Looking up, looking for an option, waiting for some cattle to present.
Goes the barrel.
Goes with the mongrel punt, the helicopter, out to Rogan Kenny, takes hold of the ball, drives it forward for Loxton. But
Mace Eckerman, great intercept mark.
He's had a heck of a game, that young fella, and used the ball beautifully there out to
Stevens.
Lockie Stevens. He's had a quarter to be...
Oh, just holding up.
Umpire saying, get on with it. This time in comes Deegan Roth for the ball, shoots it out the middle, but turns it over.
We might go to our man on the boundary in a sec and find out what the pressure's like down at ground level.
Yep.
Lockie Dan, what have you got?
Jonty Coney with the ball, too early yet to play keepings off. Shoots it out to his brother, who looks up into that forward pocket. Going towards and Zach Waldridge, who takes the ball, turns right, turns left, gets it onto his boot.
Oh, great mark.
As far as Salmon, who plays on straight away. Loxton playing with the urgency of the side trailing, and they are by only 3 points, 2 points actually.
Cale Smith back inboard to Rollins, kicks up, finds Harder, it drops short, handballs back to Smith, it's loose. Coney tried to get his hand on it, Coney tackles Harder.
I think the umps tucked the whistle in his sock.
Coney gets out the play, has a bounce, can he kick a goal? That's a minor score.
Yeah, Scott Lewis getting in his way there, his teammate getting in his way with 2.5 minutes to play. Still anyone's game.
Just feel that Loxton have really missed some of their more experienced players in this last quarter with the injuries they've got today. Just missed the run from Lockie Evans and Shea Lange as well in particular. So big couple of minutes coming up.
Yep. Too true, Lockie Dan. Ball comes back down the middle, and once again another clutch player in this last quarter. Cody Vumard, the captain of the side, takes the mark, and a solid steady head shoots the ball out to the scoreboard pocket to a teammate who now gets a shot at goal.
Yeah, that's Jasper Hutchinson, I believe.
And the young fella using his football smarts to slow this down and waste a bit of time off the clock.
So kicking over the paint at 50 to the top of the square, but it was marked by Loxton. He'll have another crack here. They trail by 5 to my calculations.
A minute and a half to go.
Hill now with the footy on halfback for Loxton. Small kick inboard to Harder.
He won't hesitate. He'll get up and kick this as far as he can. No, goes short.
Oh, great bit of work from Loxton North. Handball finds Justin Proud at half forward. No one got their hands on it cleanly. Socket on the ground. Shapley tries to run onto it. He was wrapped up. And there'll be a free kick. Oh, sling tackle. So a free kick to Loxton North.
With just over a minute to play, Lockie. And... you're almost time to start playing sideways here. Yep, Scott Lewis, probably Loxton North's most experienced player out there, shoots it out wide to a man all on his own.
That's Cooper Petch.
Yeah.
They're telling him to slow the game down. Justin Proud said, mate, kick the goal.
He needs to, if he needs to put the ball on the ground, pull his socks up and have a shot at goal.
23 and a half minutes gone, fourth quarter. Important kick.
A goal absolutely ices it.
Wheels around, the man on the mark. Has it made the distance? It's minor score.
So 27 seconds to take the ball coast to coast.
It's been a great afternoon.
To draw it.
Riverland footy on 5RM for McDonald's Renmark. What an afternoon we've had.
So 8-12 plays 7-12 with 30 seconds to go.
Loxton with the kick out. It was Zach Woolley that marked it. Oh, here we go. Coney, the man of the match. Well, it goes left, then brings it back inboard.
Sells the dummy.
Can he kick a goal to finish off a great game? That's a minor score.
That's a handy point, that one.
That takes it out to 7 points on the Value Care scoreboard.
There's more difference in the margin than there is time left.
Kick out from Loxton, up to half back, over the back it goes. Vomard with the handball to Scott Lewis through traffic. And there it is, the Panthers keep their season alive. A 7-point win over Loxton. What an afternoon of footy it's been at 5RM footy for McDonald's at Renmark. 8-13-61 Loxton North to Loxton 7-12-54. What a great afternoon it's been. We will go to the sideline view studio with Trevor Scott in a sec and get the around the ground scores, but just quickly, we've got a bit of time. What an afternoon it has been, Nobby Norton.
It certainly has, Lockie, and what we've seen here today, other than a very, very good game of football, a tight game of footy and an arm wrestle all day, is we've seen the cream of Loxton's junior football out here from both sides playing against each other, and it's been a fantastic spectacle. And I'll tell you what, some of these young fellas have got a lot of footy IQ. You know, in a close game like that, none of them made any mistakes that you could put down to inexperience.
Absolutely. We've been treated to what could be a thing of signs to come when it comes to finals. We'll just get a quick thought from Lockie Dand, our man on the ground, before we come back and do all of our awards and everything else. Lockie Dan, you there?
I am, and that was an excellent game of footy between two rivals. So end-to-end all day, an awesome watch and really well called. So well done to you two. But as you said, the youngsters really stood up towards the end there for Loxton North, and yeah, that's a well-deserved win. Yeah, well, don't rack your cue yet, Lockie, because when we go through the roundup here, I'm going to list all the players I thought were worthy of a mention, but you are going to give the 3-2-1. Did I tell you about that before the game? No, you didn't, but okay, you put me on the spot, but I'll get my thinking cap on.
It's been a great afternoon. We'll go back to Trevor Scott in the Sideline View studio and come back with our full wrap-up here at Loxton North. Trevor, it's been a busy afternoon, goes without saying.